You're tuned in to Ask the Master Auto Technician. Car questions? Get answers right now. Call 850-763-0555.
James Auto Center, we fix it right, guaranteed. Beep, 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 yeah.
All right, good morning, everybody. This is James Morris. This is round 2 of our Tuesday morning show. We've got someone in here that you may find interesting if you have a dent or a boo-boo on your car. I remember the first dent I got on my Prius. I went there, man, it's a beautiful car, and I got a dent on it. Well, I guess it's, it's going to get dents all over it. And I was just waiting to get it fixed, and wait till I got more dents. And then Wes Harbin called from Magic Paintless Dent Repair. He came to my shop and said, hey, you got any dents you want fixed? I looked at him and said, dents? What are you talking about, dents? He said, dents in your car? I said, yeah, of course I got dents in my car. Everybody's got dents in their car. And he says, well, I can get them out. I said, yeah, paint body shops can get them out, for 3 or 4 days downtime, labor, $1,000. I can get a couple of dents knocked out, but I'm not interested in spending that money right now. And he says, no, for a fraction of that, I can knock them out. So I want you to listen up to Wes Harbin and how he does what he does, and you might be able to use his services. Good morning, Wes. How are we doing today, sir?
We're doing great, James. Thank you for having us.
I am just excited about having someone that can do something that's not invasive, that doesn't cost a lot of money to get repaired. We've had Rob Lapham, that calls my radio show, and he had a big old dent about the size of I would say a football, about the size of it, on his quarter panel, and you were able to go in there, pop that dent out. You can't even tell it's there for a fraction of what it would cost if you took it to a body shop, and he did it in 2 hours. Now that's
correct.
That's the incredible part.
It is. It still amazes us and our technicians when we do it. It's like, wow, we can really do that metal.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why is because much like a person needs a body massage for a sore muscle or an ache,
Mm-hmm.
we get behind the dent,
Mm-hmm.
behind the panel of any vehicle and make model that's made, and basically massage the metal by applying small, specific amounts of pressure to the back end of the dent, and
Mm-hmm.
slowly massage it out with no heat, ice, painting. And as you said, in about 2 hours, we can repair just about anything at a fraction of the cost. Now, of course, we are limited by what we can do, but we do some amazing stuff that, we come to you and do it in the guest home or office.
Well, that's what, I had a dent in I had a Congo drum. It's a Congo drum that was in my garage, and the base broke, and I walked past it. It was an old drum, and it fell down and just caught my door and put in, I would venture to say, a 3/8 of an inch crease into my door. I'm talking about it was an ugly crease, and and I kind of looked at it and said, yeah, I'll fix it one day. And you said, I can knock that out. And I said, yeah, you and your army can. And in about 30, 45 minutes, I looked at it and I went, it's gone. Now the paint's still missing because I scratched the paint off, but there's no dent there. If I wanted to, I could go in there and gently sand it down a little bit, and maybe if I wanted to do a little finishing on it, I can make it perfect. But to me, just having the dent out is so much better. That's if I had to take it to a body shop, they would have put holes in it. They would have the integrity, the structural integrity could have been compromised because they would have drilled it or heated it or done something to it to shape the metal. But what you've done is you've just gently massaged it out, allowing, and you don't hit it with a hammer. I saw you hitting it with a plastic hammer, if I'm not mistaken, or plastic inserts, and it was amazing how you were doing it very, very gently, very, very slowly, putting pressure on it. At the same time you're tapping, not even putting a dent on the paint, not even messing the paint up.
The dent from the impact, from your initial impact, basically stretched the metal.
Yes, it did.
Well, what we have to do is compress it back to its stamped state, to where it's smooth to the eye and to the touch.
I see. When I was going to body work school, they told us to do that. We had to heat the metal and to take a tool, a dolly, and a shrinking hammer and hit them together, and that shrunk the metal where we could work it. But when we did that, of course, you heat it up, you lose your protective from rust. You lose all that. Now you have to recoat it. If you don't recoat it, it's going to rust from the inside out. And what you do, there's no compromise of integrity. There's no holes being drilled into the metal to pull it out with a paint dent puller. None of that.
That's correct. I mean, some of our tools, for the guests, when they see our tools, it's like, what is that? What do you possibly do with that? You know, it looks like something you'd pick up a manhole cover.
Well,
on
yeah.
the street with.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I noticed that they were about 3 foot, 2.5 to 3 feet long, and they were kind of shaped for different. You know, they were all different shapes. They were kind of like specialization tools that get you through the cracks and crannies to where your dent was, because not all dents you can get to very easily, I'm sure. You know, because you got.
No, I mean,
you got panels.
We have about 3 to 4, just like in your shop, Ring Master shop. You have a lot of specialty tools that you may only use one time in a year, but that one tool is going to fix that guest problem, and it paid for itself. Investment.
Isn't that the truth? It's amazing. You know, there's certain tools you see on the truck. My wife says I've never met a tool truck I didn't like. But every time I go on a tool truck and I look at that, I go, man, if I had that, I could do this. Well, if I had that, I could do that. Kind of like Steve Martin in The Jerk. You know, all I need is this. You know. But
oh yes, of course, of course.
But yeah, I do enjoy having tools to do the job correctly, because there's been times in my business that, okay, well, we don't need this tool. We can force it on with a hammer and a chisel. Well, we may luck out and get it on there right, but then again, we may damage that part and have to replace that part under warranty because we hit it with a hammer and chisel, and we should have just gently pried it on with the correct tool. But I'm just giving an example how things can happen. But having the right tools make it different. And you've been doing this now, Dent Magic Paintless Dent Repair. And your phone, in case you are listening, his phone number is 850-499-9921. You know, if I say Rob Lapham's car had a $500 to $1,000 dent. I'm a paint and body man. I used to have a paint and body shop here. You know, I know what it costs. I can give estimates. I know for every dent the size of my hand, that's at least 1 hour. And he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 5. He had a size of 5 hands of a dent, and that was at least 5 hours worth of body work, the way I looked at it. And I said, if you get away with less than $500 to $1,000 to get that dent fixed, it's going to be, you know, I don't know what to tell you, but I'd be very shocked. But that's about how much it is. And he said, well, what about this Dent Magic? And I said, heck, I don't know. He did a good job on my little dent, but yours is a big bollylop. I mean, it's a big thing. And y'all knocked it out for a fraction of the price. I think he said $250, something like that.
It was right around that price, which is a great competitive price. And because of where he lived, all the way down there, he actually brought it to our shop location.
Yeah.
But we do provide mobile service. We love to go to the guest, whether it be your home and your office, and provide the free estimates. But for where he lived, his wife went shopping while I fixed his car. So it was a win for both of us.
Yeah,
and as big as his dent was, don't bring us your collision dent that you got hit at the four-way stoplight.
No. Yeah, we need to pre-qualify you for this right here. If you've got something that's wrinkled, don't bring it to us. We can't do anything with you. If you had but if you've opened your door up against a post, or you got a slight little ding where someone just kind of, hit it and put a ding in it, or I call them bollylops. When you open up the door, and, I don't know the right term for it, but you put a dent in it. When I was a kid, I first heard of that, and Popular Mechanics talked about taking a basketball, deflating it, sticking it between there, filling the basketball up, and popping it out. And that's somewhat to what y'all are doing, but you're putting constant pressure on it as you work and massage the metal to shrink the metal and get it to come out like it's supposed to, and be just as slick and smooth as a baby's butt. I mean, I went down and went, wow, I'm impressed. The lines were good.
It's amazing. The biggest, some of the most difficult things to do, as example, you keep comparing paintless dent repair to body shop.
Yeah.
What a body shop would do, we don't get it often here, but like a hail-damaged car, that would take a body shop 2 weeks to do.
At least.
You can turn a complete hail-damaged car around in 24 hours. That's how quickly and effectively the process works.
People that live in Texas, I have people that come from Texas all the time. They get caught in hailstorms, and I look at them and go, my God, where'd this happen at? And he said, about Texarkana. I went, okay.
Yes, sir.
And I said, I don't know what to tell you about this, but your car is totaled. And they go, yeah, that's what they tell me. But you're telling me that dents that are in the hood, dents that are in the very top of the car, all these things that I would have had to, grind down, paint, skim over with Bondo and sand out, and all this would take a long time to do. Y'all can do relatively quickly and for a fraction of the cost, and get it done in like 1 or 2 days. Where you, I mean, I'm talking about a big job where it doesn't take
Certainly.
2 to 3 weeks out of your. Because when you take a car to a body shop, if you drop it off on Monday, if everything goes just right, you get it on Friday. If everything,
Yes, sir.
but reality is you drop it off on Monday and you don't get it back on Friday, you probably get it back on the following Thursday, so about 2 weeks later. That's usually what ends up happening. And for 2 weeks, you're walking or having to borrow a car. But with your system, it's relatively easy. There's no walking. There's no borrowing your car. You come to their house if they're somewhere in the, you're in Okaloosa County. Is that where you live? Walton County? Walton County.
We live in Walton County, but we of course service Bay and Okaloosa counties as well.
Right, so you're down there on 38, so you're kind of in between. And a lot of people travel this way and maybe have never heard of Dentless Dent Magic Paintless Dent Repair, because I heard about it years ago. And, you know, I thought, well, that can't happen. You know, people aren't that. It takes a lot of stuff to do it. You have to shrink metal with heat and all that. But after seeing you come and massage out that dent in mine, it gave me hope springs eternal, that this is something this is something that can be done relatively inexpensive. It's profitable for you because you don't have a lot of material in it. All you have is your time, and for the amount of money that you're investing in it time-wise, it works out for the customer. So it's a win-win for you and the customer, and keeping the cars on the road and not taking them off the road for long periods of time.
And eliminating that eyesore that the guest or that the customer sees every time they get in and out of their vehicle.
Ain't that the truth? If my dent was on the passenger door, I wouldn't have said anything about it. But it was on the driver's door. Every time I got in the car, I looked at it and I went, I don't like that. But it's same thing with Rob's. His dent was on the driver's side rear, and every time he got in his car, he hated it. And he whined every time he came here about his getting an oil change. I gotta get that fixed. And then when I met you and you did mine, I told him about it. I said, go see him, see what he can do for you. He said, I doubt he can fix that. I said, well, I don't know if he can or not, but it's worth a try. And he fixed it. And he just rants and raves what a great job he did on it. He says, I got a little scratch area where I'm missing the paint, but that's it. He says, I can trade my car in now, and I don't have to worry about them deducting $1,000 trade-in off of it. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm going, you know, that's well worth the $250 you spent. You saved $750 worth of trade-in value.
And especially on a leased vehicle.
Oh, yeah. That's a great point, because leased vehicles, are you not responsible for body damage when you turn it in?
No, sir.
No, you're not responsible for it? I thought you were.
No. Oh, yes, you are responsible.
Yeah, you are responsible.
Of course, you bet. And,
yeah.
And those lease inspections, wow.
Yeah, they're not too... I remember, you know, even if you get little dings and dents, they bing you for that. They'll take that off. If you get too many miles over what you're supposed to get on your lease. I know people that say they're only supposed to drive 12,000 miles a year, and they drive 13 or 14, and then they go trade their car back in or turn it back in. They have a lot of money they got to pay. So there's a lot of things out there that you might want to think about doing if you do lease a car. But if you got a dent, whether you own it or lease it, get them looked at, and get it looked at Dent Magic Paintless Dent Repair. And their number is 850-499-9921. They can come to your house, or you can go there, depending on where you live. Now, if you live in Apalachicola, you may want to come to the great big city of Panama City and do some shopping, and he can take a look at your car and fix it, and give you an estimate on it. Or if you're just in this area, give him a call, and if he's around your area, come by and give you an estimate on it. And if you, do you charge anything just to drive by and say, yeah, I'm going to charge you X amount of dollars to do that? Or
absolutely not.
Okay.
I love to drive around and looking at the car, and once I give you an estimate, and there's quite often we do it right there on the spot, or if we need to schedule it, we certainly will. But the estimates are free, and we just need to see the damage.
Well, that's what I was so amazed about when you came and looked at mine. I said, yeah, I got this dent here. And I said, it's about a $500 dent. He said, I can knock that out for $40. I looked at him and said, you and whose army? He says, I can do it. Yeah, you said $40. I said, okay, let's let this guy work. You know, well, 45 minutes to an hour later, it was done. And I kind of looked at it when my wife went, well, I can still see the paint's missing. I said, baby, he didn't put the paint on there. He just straightened the middle out. The paint's gone. There's nothing I can do about the paint, but there's no great big dent there anymore. It's gone now. And that makes a big difference. Hey, Wes, we got to go. And if people want to get up with you, it's 850-499-9921 and West Harbin. And it's Dent Magic Paintless Dent Repair. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Thank you, and have a good morning.
You too now. Bye-bye, everybody.
James Auto Center, we fix it right.